Right now, now we've established what our script is going to do and how it works, I'm now going to get on with the coding. Like I said, the session.php is just a page that's going to set our session as you would if you were logging in. I do have some register login tutorials, so check them out if you haven't already seen them. And basically what we're doing is, as with every session, or every time we deal with sessions, we're going to use the session start command. And then under here we're going to say $_session, which is our session variable notation. I'm going to say user, and then I'm going to say equals, and for now I'm going to say Alex, because this at the moment inside my database is my user with the admin variable set to 1. This is also sort of like a boolean value. If you haven't already set this up, I mean, you can add fields onto your existing sort of users table if you do have a users table on your website. If you're having problems incorporating this, just give me an email, but I'm presuming that you should be okay with this. And then that's about it for that session.php page. We're just going to use this to change this session variable here. Okay, so index.php, we're going to have some HTML text here, and for now, like I had in the last tutorial, I'm just saying header and then like welcome to the admin page, and that's basically, at the moment, I'm protected from anyone. I mean, anyone can access this at the moment because we haven't sorted out who is an admin and who isn't. So the way to do this is we're using this admin.php page, which obviously I haven't got anything in there at the moment, and we're basically going to include this in every single page we deal with inside PHP, or sorry, inside well, whatever page you want to secure. So we're going to say admin.php there, so we're going to include that. Now that hasn't at the moment made any difference because we have no code inside admin, but at least we don't have any errors come up. That's everything fine. Our code here is perfectly acceptable. Okay, so inside admin.php, obviously we need our PHP tags. Right, so we need to access our database, and if you didn't know how to do that already, we need to set a variable called connect, or you can call it whatever you like, and we're going to use the MySQL connect function, and we are adding our server in. Mine's just localhost. Username, mine's just root, and password, I don't have one. And then we're going to select our database with the MySQL select DB function, and if you look just under here, you can see that my database is PHP Academy because I'm using this users table here. So we're connecting to PHP Academy. Academy, make sure I've spelled that right. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to grab the session variable that we're using in our session.php. This is session variable user. In fact, we could probably do that just up here. Okay, so session start and get variable. Okay, so we need our session start because we're using sessions on this page, and we're going to set a variable called user, just a regular variable, and that's going to be, oh no, that is going to be $_session, and that's going to be user. So we're just using the same notation, but we're setting a user variable, so we can use this when we're connecting to our database. Okay, so now what we need to do is query, and what we're going to do is we're going to say get. We're going to name our query get. We're going to say MySQL query, and we're selecting everything in the table or database rather. Select start from users. Remember, that's our table name. If we go back here, table name there, and then we're going to say where user or user name equals user, because our field name here is username. Okay, so we've done this query. That should work. It's quite a simple query to run, and then the next part we're going to use a while loop to loop through and create an associative array. You may be used to this, otherwise do a bit of research. I do have videos on this. MySQL fetch associative array of our get here. This is why we've put this query into a variable, because we're selecting everything from here, all the field names, into an associative array. And then we use a block here with curly brackets. And what we're going to say is we're going to say admin equals sorry, what I've done wrong is you're supposed to say row equals here. This is our array variable. This is creating our array from this query. So while row equals MySQL fetch associative array from our get query here, we're going to say the admin equals row, and make sure this is inside the curly brackets, row, and then we're going to come into our database, and our field here is called admin because we're using an associative array. Instead of this being 0, 1 and 2, this is ID, username and admin as they appear. So we have admin in there. Now what I can do just to demonstrate this is underneath the curly brackets is just echo admin, and then I'm going to die, kill the page, and then what I can do here is save that. I'm going to open up my my index.php page. Okay, at the moment it's 1. The reason being is, if you come back to session, we're logged in as Alex. If I was to change this to Kyle and then come back into my browser, now if I press enter again, this is still going to stay as 1 because the session is still set as Alex. So what we need to do is go on to session.php. That's run that script, and now we should have the session variable set to Kyle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back into my index.php, and you can see we've got 0 here, and that basically means that our user has that value under their row in the table. So when we had Alex, it's set to Alex. We selected from Alex and displayed this. When we had it set to Kyle, we selected from where Kyle was in the table, and we printed out this. So now what we can do in the next part of the video, I'm going to show you how to determine I'm going to show you how to run the script or not run the script depending on whether this is 1 or 0. Obviously if it's 0 we're going to kill the script, if it's 1 we're going to let the rest of the script run. So in the next part of this tutorial, in the next video and the last part, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'll see you in a bit.